Oh, you will want to stick around for this episode of the Kenny C Show because I am fired up right now. Welcome back, everybody out there that's watching. Those who subscribe, I appreciate the hell out of you. Those who don't, you want to hit that subscribe button because the energy that you are about to see in this video, you will get this same energy for the rest of the season. But we got to get in here and talk about Week 10 in this episode of the Kenny C Show. It's going to be Week 10 takeaways. Going to run through about 3 of my biggest takeaways following Week 10 here. And I'm going to start with the Green Bay Packers' putrid loss on Monday Night Football to the Philadelphia Eagles. 10-7. That's right, at Lambeau Field. A second straight loss at Lambeau. A second straight game in which they score 0 touchdowns in the first half of back-to-back games on 8 total possessions, mind you. This was an absolutely horrific loss by the Green Bay Packers that drops them now to the seventh seed in the NFC playoff picture. They're teetering on the brink right now. I'm going to rein it in though. I'm going to keep it reined in. I'm going to also do a more extensive Packers reaction video this week as well. So my Cheeseheads fans and everybody, NFL fans in general, trust me, you're going to want to see it. I'm going to drop that this week, but let's get into it. My biggest takeaway, one of my biggest takeaways from Week 10 is that the Green Bay Packers have a massive play calling issue. Matt LaFleur, I don't know what is going on, but the way that this team looks and the way that things are being run right now offensively, it looks as if we've taken a bunch of retired USFL players and a bunch of CFL players from up in Canada, put them on a team, and just ran them out on Monday Night Football for their first ever game. That's what it looks like. The offense is discombobulated when it comes to the play calling. Why are we so... This is not the Jim Taylor, Paul Hornig Packers of the 60s. We have to stop being so reliant on the run. Josh Jacobs, I know he's found success on a multitude of runs, but the play calling is predictable. In the second half, only until the back end of the second half, mid to late third into the fourth, did we see the play action implemented. It's predictable as hell, and the biggest indictment was on 4th and 1 on the second to last drive of the game with your team trailing by 3 points, marching towards midfield. On 4th and 1, you called a halfback draw up the gut? That's the most predictable play call that the Eagles were going to be waiting for the whole time. That was horrible. 4th and 1 and we're doing a halfback draw when we've been running the ball the whole freaking game. 14 runs to 9 passes in the first half. Indefensible play call there by Matt LaFleur. What in the hell are we doing? That is horrible. That is losing football. That is conservative football. That is not going to win you games in the National Football League, especially not against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. That is terrible. 4th and 1 and we're doing a halfback draw in which Jacobs fumbles on it. Now we got lucky that Sirianni wants to be, big balls Nick out here and go for it on 4th and 6, in which Carrington Valentine shut that down real quick, but we didn't have enough time to get down the field. Love misses a throw to Christian Watson by a little bit, by a hair, if he led him a little more to the left. But benefit of the doubt to Love because he's getting all the pressure in his face to make that throw. And he loves to throw off the back foot, off the heel like he's Rodgers or Favre. Knock, knock, Jordan Love, you don't have that arm strength. I'm sorry, you have an arm, but you don't have Favre Rodgers arm strength to be fading off the back heel. But the play call has been terrible for practically the entire season. Way too reliant on the run. Not enough mix and match of the play action in there. If you're going to run the ball 7 freaking times in a row, maybe switch it up to the play action, to a PA rollout once in a while or a PA boot. Do something, man. Do something. At least we got rid of the screens, the wide receiver screens from last week's debacle of a loss to the Carolina Panthers. The defense played lights out. Jeff Hafley's defense, week in and week out, has been dominant. And the offense does not reflect that play that the defense gives them. This was a putrid loss by the Packers. 4th and 1, I'm not going to live that down. But mind you, 2:18 to go on that drive, 3rd and 10, huge play by Love to get the pickup to Watson. Then 1st and 10, Jacobs looks the wrong way. The Eagles blitz the house. He would have been untouched pretty much down the field. He looks the wrong way. Instead of looking left, he looks right. Incompletion. And then 2nd down, Wicks has a terrible drop downfield for an explosive play. We need Jaden Reed badly. But let's move on here to the next topic. The play calling for the Packers, an immense, massive issue right now. And if it does not improve, the Packers might freaking miss the playoffs. That could be another takeaway. They might miss the playoffs as the 7th seed. The Bears are 6-3. The Lions are now in 1st place. It doesn't look good, man. It does not look good. The NFC is a competitive place. But let's move on. My next takeaway following Week 10, the Seattle Seahawks have the best defense in the National Football League. That's right. What we've seen from Aiden Durr, the defensive coordinator, and head coach Mike McDonald, who we all know, if you know ball, he's a defensive-minded head coach. He comes from a defensive background, was the Ravens defensive coordinator, was a D coordinator for Michigan in 2021. This is a guy that knows good defense, and it is showing right now. The reason why I say Seattle is the best defense in the league, in my opinion, is because of what they've been able to do and the production that they've had despite massive injuries all around the field. They've been without standout safety / cornerback Julian Love from Notre Dame due to the hamstring injury for, I think, 5 games at least. This is a defense that has had everybody in the secondary for only 5 snaps this season. You look around in this secondary for Seattle, Devin Witherspoon, he's been banged up and hurt. He's missed time. Nick Emmanwari out of South Carolina, their rookie, he's missed a lot of time. Tyreek Woolen, I believe he was also banged up as well. This is a secondary as a cohesive unit that has had guys that have been in and out of the lineup. And other dudes on this defense as a whole have really stepped up in the wake of these injuries. Jaron Reed on the IR with the wrist injury. They haven't had him. They were without Ernest Jones IV in their most recent win over the 49ers, in which they beat the crap out of, the Cardinals, in which they beat the crap out of them. I'm thinking of the other NFC West rivals, the 49ers and the Rams playing. But this is a unit right now that is playing some awesome football. You look at what they did against Arizona, having 5 sacks, 2 fumble recoveries for a touchdown by DeMarcus Lawrence. The man has been bowling. 2 huge scores by him. They had 4 sacks last week against Washington. 2 sacks from linebacker Tyrese Knight. I love what I've seen from Drake Thomas, undrafted linebacker, 3rd year in the league for Seattle. In 4 starts, the guy's got 8 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, and 6 passes defended. So despite all the injuries, you got guys stepping up and making plays. That D-line, 4th fewest rushing yards allowed per game, 90.7. Credit to Leonard Williams, credit to DeMarcus Lawrence, credit to the 2nd-year D-lineman out of Texas, Byron Murphy. 9 interceptions for this Seattle defense, 2 forced fumbles, 32 sacks on the year. That's the 3rd most in the National Football League. You cannot tell me that Seattle right now is not a top unit in the league. I know you can go to the Texans. I know you can go to the Rams. But the ninth least yards per game allowed at 307.3, the stats just keep coming at you. And when you look at what they've been able to do and what they've been able to overcome, to have the 5th fewest points per game allowed in the NFL with 19.1, as a cohesive unit, through and through, in my opinion, this is the best defense in the NFL. I want to know your thoughts, though. Who do you think is the best defense in the league? What are your thoughts on the play call for the Green Bay Packers? Let me know in the comment section below. I encourage it. I want the interaction. I want to hear from you guys. Hit that comment section below. But let's wrap it up with the last takeaway following Week 10. And that is that the New England Patriots will finish as the 1 seed in the AFC when it's all said and done. That's right. The Pats are red hot. They are back 8-2. Mike Vrabel, I've already sung his high praises almost week in and week out at this point. He has been an absolute guru for this team, and what we've seen Josh McDaniels be able to do in cultivating that offense with Drake May. The defense is a well-oiled machine when you got the big dogs on the D-line, Christian Barmore, Milton Williams, linebackers Robert Spillane and Harold Landry, 2 players that the Patriots hit on in free agency, and acquiring both of them and getting them on deals, getting them on the team. The secondary is a force to be reckoned with. When you got Christian Gonzalez and another big free agency pickup, Carlton Davis, playing the way that they've been playing, whoo, look out. This is a top 10 team in points per game. This is a top 10 team in yards allowed per game. Defensively, can't forget about the nickelback. Look at this photo. No, not that nickelback. Marcus Jones, he's been awesome for the New England Patriots as well. The defense looks phenomenal. They've been playing real well. Barmore, I know he suffered a back injury in that 28-23 win over the Bucs, but hopefully for his sake, he is okay. Kayshon Boutte, offensively, he went down with a hamstring injury, but this is a Patriots offense that finally got Travion Henderson going. They're a rookie out of Ohio State, 14 carries, 147 yards, and 2 touchdowns, including that dagger touchdown at the end of the game to beat the Bucs. 2 statement wins. You just beat the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, who I picked to win MVP, had another MVP caliber performance in terms of stats, 273 yards with 3 passing touchdowns. Pats were able to overcome that. Drake May did his thing, 16 for 31, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that 1 interception that he had. But the Pats are able to beat a really good Buccaneers team, a top dog in the NFC. They are a respectable team, and they also were able to beat the Buffalo Bills. Those are 2 big wins. I know a lot of people say, well, look at the Patriots' schedule. Well, now you can't really make that argument, in my opinion, because they beat 2 formidable squads, and they showed you that they can get it done. They beat Buffalo, they beat the Bucs. Their offensive line, Will Campbell, the LSU product, 5th highest graded rookie this season by PFF. They got Garrett Bradbury, the center. I think he was also a free agency acquisition. Morgan Moses, the vet. The offensive line looks good. The offense as a whole looks well-oiled and productive at that. And you look at the schedule coming up. This is why I say the Patriots can win the AFC as in be the 1 seed when it's all said and done, because they have statistically the easiest remaining schedule in the NFL. Coming up on a short week, albeit the New York Jets, they're riding high. Back-to-back wins for the New York Jets, including the bye week, which is a win for them. Haven't lost in 3 weeks. But this is a game in which, realistically, the Patriots should take care of business on Thursday Night Football against the Jets, unfortunately. Then they got Cincinnati, who Burrow should be back by Thanksgiving, but not by the time the New England Patriots play them. I think they get that done. I think they beat the New York Giants after that. Week 14, they got the bye. Week 15, they got the Bills. I think they lose that game. I think they're going to split. It's just how it goes sometimes, and it's just what I think. I don't think the Patriots are going to clean sweep Buffalo, even with them coming off that ugly loss against the Miami Dolphins. I think Buffalo's going to bounce back. Then they got Baltimore in Week 16. I do think Baltimore wins that. Baltimore's getting hot right now. They're making a comeback with Lamar back under center, coming off a win over the Vikings. They are looking good. I think that the Patriots lose that game, but then they finish strong. They clean sweep the Jets, and they beat Miami in Week 18. That gives you a 13-4 record. That's going to be hard to top in the AFC. I know you got the Chiefs in there. I know you got the Bills in there, the Colts, the Broncos, but give me the New England Patriots to finish as the 1 seed in the AFC. I want to know your thoughts. Who do you think is going to finish as the top dog, getting that bye when it's all said and done at the end of the season? Give me any and all of your reactions in the comment section below. And be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Week 11 is already almost here, baby.